Hello again. This is Stephen Welsh, President of the International Chiropractors Association, with the Daily Message for Wednesday, April 22nd. Today, we will start to revisit the science behind the recent interviews about chiropractic and the immune system that we discussed last week. Let's look at the science, the facts that are not being widely reported. Yes, the COVID virus is serious. Yes, we all need to be cautious. But let's discuss why. For most of us and our patients, there's absolutely no need to panic. First, let's take a quick look at what was said by Dr. Chestnut in last week's interview.
We're absolutely very well equipped to deal with a novel virus, which is why the vast majority of people who get infected with this coronavirus are absolutely fine. It's because their innate immune systems are functioning as they should be. They don't have any antibodies, right? When they're first exposed to this virus, they don't have any antibodies to it. It's their innate immune system. And in fact, the innate immune system.
He said most of us are actually well equipped to deal with a novel virus, even without the antibodies, because it is actually all about the innate immune system, which is linked to the health of the host. Now let's talk about the statistics frequently used that have a tendency to instill that panic. It's the COVID-19 IFR, the infection fatality rate. Now, it's supposed to be the number of patients who die from the virus divided by the total number of people infected. So here's my hypothetical question. What if the numbers being collected are not accurate? What if by counting all who die with the infection rather than from the infection, we're arbitrarily inflating the numerator? What if by restricting the testing to mostly those arriving at the hospital with symptoms, we're deflating the denominator? Won't the reported IFR be potentially overstated? Now let's talk about the Stanford coronavirus study released last week. You know, the one that has generated so much controversy. Many scientists are objecting to the conclusions because they haven't yet been peer-reviewed, and they claim that the methodology used was flawed. It amazes me how researchers who have access to the same data can frequently draw completely opposite conclusions. Isn't that also true in the chiropractic community? Now let's talk about that study. Stanford researchers tested 3,330 people in Santa Clara County using an antibody test. Now, these are different tests from those being used at the hospitals in that they detect the body's immune response to the infection caused by the virus, rather than detecting the virus itself. Now, as discussed by Dr. Chestnut, in the early days of an infection, during the innate immunity phase, when the body's immune response is still building, antibodies may not be detected. But this is what the researchers reached. This is their conclusion. The population prevalence of SARS-CoV-2 antibodies in Santa Clara County implies that the infection is much more widespread than indicated by the number of confirmed cases. Population prevalence estimates can now be used to calibrate epidemic and mortality projections. Now, while not proof positive, this study suggests that the COVID virus may be more contagious than previously thought and also less deadly than currently being stated. Let me state that again. While not proof positive, this study does suggest that the COVID virus may be more contagious than previously thought and also less deadly than currently being stated. Well, that's my update for today. Please be sure to visit the ICA COVID resource page where you can find a copy of that Stanford study. I'll be back tomorrow with some additional thoughts on why there's no need for mass panic. Meanwhile, we are getting some questions regarding non-PAR Medicare providers who have received those relief payments. We should have some answers to the technical questions by tomorrow. And remember, we will get through these challenging times and we'll come back stronger than ever. And we will do it by working together. Thank you.